tell us a little bit about what took place this morning.
So what took place this morning is we brought in a new shelter or warm room or warm house. It's a new addition for the sports club. We're going to use it as a little bit of an area for the kids and adults, families, whatever, to go in and get out of the wind and put their skates on. It's something that the old original rink at the Castleton Public School had. When everything moved up here, they never had that. So we've been working hard to try and find something, and we just happened to have this chance or opportunity to get this particular building and then bring it here.
Tell me a little bit about, if you can, the building itself, if you can, where it came from, and
yeah, no problem. So the building itself is a former cell tower shelter, so cellular transmission towers. So when they flipped from analog to digital, all these towers across Ontario that were analog transmission, they decommissioned them, so they took the towers down, and these shelters were essentially a communications building where all the electronics were housed inside the buildings. And then of course once they're done, well then they would scrap them. So there's a couple companies that we work that are heavily involved with the decommission these shelters. So one of them it's called Superior Crane Rentals. They work directly with the clients. We in turn supply all the cranes for Superior Crane Rentals, and they knew that we were looking for something for the kids for Castleton, and we were trying to find the right one that would be a good fit for us. So it took us a few months to find one that would be the perfect one, and then they worked with us, and we managed to get it on a truck, have it moved to one of our yards at Amherst, offloaded it, did some work to it to get it to so it was usable for what we needed, so take some of the racking out of it, and then we in turn brought it here this morning. So Stacy's company, which is Strata Crush out of Toronto, they supplied the float to move it. So yesterday we loaded it on the trailer with one of our cranes in the morning, and then this morning the driver left Toronto about 5 a.m. He arrived this morning, brought the unit out, we brought the cranes in, and then we were able to pick it, place it, and then the crane or the truck, he's gone, and then it left us to finish moving the shelter.
This place, I've been out here a lot less than some, a little bit more than others. This area is, I guess one word, inspirational for the volunteers that are here. And like you've said before, it's for the kids, but yeah. I mean, it's an inspirational place being here, given what the volunteers do and what, you're known around the province, I guess, really, like you say, the word travels. Just talk a little bit about that.
It is a special place. It's very unique. There's a big history here in this town, and I think with what's taking place is, this club as a whole sees what other organizations are doing, and we've kind of said, well, maybe we can do that for our kids. So we'll do little things to improve it, and this year's been a very, very big year for the sports club, and it's kind of, there's a lot of things that happen here that nobody even really knows about. So this year in particular, our president, who he's down over there right now, he worked hard and very, very hard and pushed hard, and he was able to have access to a Trillium grant, and that our president's Kevin White, who lives here in Castleton. So Kevin worked hard, got the Trillium grant to install the lighting on one of our baseball diamonds, which is something that Castleton has never ever had. So we've got the lighting on the ball diamond. There's a sign over there with the Trillium Foundation on it, the Castle Sports Club. And then with that, it'll help the rink in the wintertime, and of course it's going to help out the ball in the summer. So our intentions are for this particular winter is to not only have our main ice pad, but with the COVID-19 and everything that's transpired with it, and to try and get everybody to spread out and give them the distance so their families can be together. Is this year, from what we're seeing, we're in for a cold winter. Farmer's Almanac, Caterpillars, black, orange and black, everything's telling us it's going to be a good one. So the intentions are to fire in 2 big ice pads out on the outfield of the ball diamond, and the intentions are the whole entire outfield will be ice. And then on the infield, we're going to put in the croak and curl, and with that we should be able to hit 45,000 square feet of ice surface, true outdoor ice, not refrigerated, 100% volunteers.
And how many people help out of this roughly? How many people do you have, not necessarily on the committee, but I mean, how many people
Yeah.
Like you've got a lot today, but I mean, give or take during the course of the year, how many people help out?
For the outdoor rinks, there'll be there'll be 4 of us. Bruce Bond, he came in last year. He'll be a huge part of it this year. Great guy to have on board. Stacy King and myself, we've always been hammering away at it. And then there's another young lad here, Josh Driver. He'll come in the on time and help us when he can. But primarily for the outdoor rinks, it's the 4 of us. And truthfully, I like it that way. My personal thoughts are, as soon as you get lots of people, then they start bickering about how they're going to do stuff. And Stacy and I, we kind of lead the charge, and we've got one mission and one mission only: put in ice, get as many kids and families out, end of story. And we do it when they're not here.
Tell me about the, if I could say, warming room itself. What your idea is. You still got a bit of work to do on benches and all that stuff, but what you're going to do with how you're going to do the benches.
Yeah, so what the intentions are right at this moment is we've got some rubber mats that have been offered to us. We're going to put rubber mats on the floor to protect the ice. There's enough rubber mats
Protect the floor?
to protect the floor, yeah. And we'll be able to lay some of those mats to get everybody out to the ice without walking on the ground. What the intentions are at this moment is we want to have the kids that use the facility to essentially have some sweat equity in this. It's hard work for us to get the ice, and what we've heard with other centers is there's a little bit of vandalism and so on that takes place, and everybody says, who did it? Nobody knows. What we want to do with the kids is we want to embrace them, bring them in, have them part of building the benches. We've got a couple that we've made. We're basically going to put the lumber down and say, you know what, guys, here's some screws. We'll cut the wood need be, and you guys are going to build these benches. And if they're damaged, it's on you, not us. So if we can get the kids to take the sweat equity in this, maybe those younger kids are going to get a chance to see exactly physically what goes on. And for the future, they'll take some ownership into this, and maybe we'll see, the work that we put into it will get carried on for years to come.
Last thing that's still very cool about it, and I don't know whether this is happening, but you've always had sort of lights on, lights off when you're done. That's still going on?
She's still a go that way. Lights on, lights off. The last person leave, shut them off. First person in, if you can't see the puck, turn them on.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Great day today.
Oh, awesome day. Always a great day.
Yeah. And the trucks and that, everybody volunteer?
Everybody volunteered.
Companies?
Everybody.
Name the companies if you can.
When I went to the owners to ask for a little bit of help, they absolutely. So the cranes were brought in through Amherst Crane Rentals and Concrete Pumping out of Scarborough, which is who I work for. They know that I'm involved out here in what takes place, and they essentially said, no problem at all. Take the guys that you need, and we'll look after the men if they need financial compensation. But the guys, they said, no, we don't expect to be paid. We're going to go out and do this for the kids. So the cranes come out of Toronto for that. Stacy's company, which is Strata Crush, they're fully aware of what Stacy does out here also. And they again said, yeah, absolutely, whatever we can do to help. So there's the truck. And then they looked after the permitting because it's a wide load. So they look after getting the permits and everything to get the container or the unit on the truck and make sure it goes down the road safely.
Some of the things I got to say, it's some of these things, it's that down-home feeling that, I don't know about here, but I mean, sometimes in Cobourg and all that stuff, you don't have that, not anymore. Not that Cobourg's a huge place, but I mean, it's that down-home feeling when I grew up, people helping people, and not that it doesn't happen anywhere else, but it's just it gives you on a cold day, it gives you a warm feeling.
Oh, absolutely. One of the crane uppers there, Chris, he said, we actually live out here, and he said, I can't believe you guys drive to Toronto every day and live out here. And then by the end of it, he said, I get it now. It's beautiful out here. And you can't buy this. You cannot buy it.